Hi guys, how's it going? So I'm on the west side right now getting ready to add a couple new perennials into this space. We just planted the seducer hostas, which are absolutely gorgeous. I really love them right there. We also have a hedge of limetta hydrangeas that goes the entire distance of this flower bed, as well as a sprinter boxwood hedge that lines our driveway. So if you can imagine that, eventually we want that tight sprinter boxwood hedge and then the little fluffy limetta hydrangeas. And then I need my height to kind of stagger down to the brick walkway, which the seducer hosta is the next layer. And then right here we have a silver gumdrop Hookera, which makes me extremely excited. Like if I could pick a perennial plant of the year just based on how it looks, this is what I would pick. To find a shade-loving perennial that has blooms this vibrant is amazing. I think they're so beautiful. I love to use them in cut flower arrangements because they last forever. And even when the blooms are spent, they still look pretty darn good because the stems are still dark. So I don't feel like in huge rush to come out and deadhead this plant. So it only grows about 6 to 8 inches tall. Like that's where the canopy of leaves top out. And then of course it's a lot taller when you add in the height of the bloom stalks, but it's a good one to plant kind of toward the front side of a flower bed. I left a little space in front because I do want to maybe put in some fun blooming annuals like impatiens or something like that. And they are a zone, I think 4 through 8. I did, since this is the first time I'm planting it this one in my garden, I brought the tag over 4 through 9. And then they spread out about 20 to 24 inches. So I spaced them right here to where I kind of want them to grow into kind of a mass here. And then this one is called a Crested Japanese Painted Fern, or Crested Surf is the variety name. And I think that these are just beautiful. They look like a Japanese painted fern, but if you follow the leaves up, you can see that they're double crested. So it adds a very uniqueness to this plant. And this one grows taller, so I think like 20 to 22 inches tall. So we've got this one, which is 26 inches tall, and this one will be a little bit shorter, and then this is my shortest layer up front. These are a zone 3 through 8, and I think the color of these two is just absolutely beautiful. The only other place I have one of these ferns is in the part shade container that I planted up this spring. So this one is a fairly new perennial that I'm really looking forward to trying out here in the landscape. So I'm going to get all of these planted and then we'll see how it all looks, because it's always a little bit deceiving when I see everything sitting up high in cans. It looks like everything's super mature. So we'll get them in the ground and take a look. I think it all looks really great, and now I need to run drip to this whole spot. So I did mulch this area after we got the hostas done because I just wanted to see kind of a finished look, and I ran drip to those. And I am doing the drip a little bit differently in this area because we do have such a slope right here down to the brick pathway. I'm not going to use the brown soaker hose. I'm going to use the solid black poly and run individual emitters to each plant, and that way I'm not wasting water and or creating too much of a water issue over here. I don't want it running down and settling near our brick pathway. So I got all the drip run, and what I did is I did end up teeing off of the line that feeds the limettas right there, and then just made a swoop right through all the plants. Then I used my little punch tool and punched into that tubing, and then put my emitter right into that tubing and ran my little 1/4 inch from there, and then just ran the 1/4 inch through a stake. I think the brand is Rainbird on those stakes. They're the best 1/4 inch stakes that I've ever used. And that way I was able to place the drip exactly where I wanted them to be on the back side of the root ball, because when they're getting water, if it was on the front side, it would most likely just run this way and the root ball, the whole thing wouldn't be benefiting from all the water. So if the emitter's on the back side of all these, then it can catch, the whole root ball can catch all the water as it maybe drains toward the sidewalk. But I'm hoping that doesn't happen. And that's why I ran that type of emitter, because it comes out so slowly. It gives the ground a chance to really soak it in really well. But I just think overall this area is starting to shape up beautifully, and I'm excited just to keep going throughout this year and years to come. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.